The M system gets a lot of hate online. There's a lot of bad reviews on the M1, the M3, and the M5's just been announced. So a lot of people do not like these cameras, but I personally do. And I think the reason why I do is because I'm a professional Canon user. I've got 3 full frame bodies and a whole bunch of L glass, which I can adapt to these cameras. But these are the ones I like to use when I'm walking around and doing my own photography and video for myself. So yeah, let's get into it. I'll show you what I've got. First of all, this was the first one I picked up. This is an M1, I guess you'd call it. And it was my first one of these, and it's alright. I mean, it served its purpose at the time, but what I really love is this one here. This is my Canon EOS M3. I got it in white because I like white tech. And the lens I have attached to this is an old FD lens, which is a 35 to 105. So one of the coolest things about these mirrorless cameras is that you can adapt old legacy lenses for them. So I've got a bunch of those, so I have lots of lens options for myself for these cameras. And because the flange distance is so thin, pretty much any lens except for micro four thirds is going to work on these. This lens was about $100, so I would recommend that anybody who's picking up an M camera pick up this lens as well. I have the standard 18 to 55, which is the regular kit lens. The only reason why I keep this around is because it has stabilization in it. That's really the only good thing about it. Another 2 little awesome pieces of glass are these 2. Now these are Rokinon Samyang's, and these are both wide angle. One is an 8mm, so you'll be able to see there. There's a 8mm Samyang, and that is a beautiful wide angle fisheye lens at 2.8. Nice and sharp, and quite a modern lens as well. And then this is my favorite. This is the 12mm Samyang f2.0. A really, really nice coupling with the M system. Obviously you've got no autofocus, but for me, I don't care. This little flippy out screen, that is pretty awesome. So the reason why I didn't sell this and I kept this around is because I use it for time lapses. This is the only M camera you can get magic lantern on. Konica hexagonal aperture 50mm f1.2. As you can see, I adapt that one as well. So my mum used this lens when we were growing up, and she took photos of us on her 35 SLR, and I've held onto the lens, and now I can adapt it for my M system, which I think is pretty cool, to go to family functions and then use the lens that we were using, you know, 20-25 years ago. Another lens I have is this 22mm f2. This was the first lens I got with the original M. It is a really good all-round lens. This is a great one to get if you need autofocus. I find myself not using it so much. I don't know why. I think I just don't like the way it looks on the front of the camera. Here's a fun one, a 300mm f4 FD lens. So this is another old SLR lens, which I picked up specifically to adapt to the M system. So if I was doing nature photography, I probably wouldn't be using this system, I'd be using a DSLR. But it is fun to play around with, and if you ever get yourself up on a rooftop or something like that, it's a really good setup. And also really cheap. That's my little M kit. I get great results out of it, particularly on those wide angle lenses. Gets a lot of hate online, but if you're thinking about it and you are already used to the Canon system and you like those Canon sensors with the beautiful colours, I would say go for it. I certainly don't regret it.